Ghostbusters, directed by Paul Feig, and it stars Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones. And it's a remake of the original Ghostbusters from 1984, but with a brand new cast made up of very funny women. So before I jump into my review, I can't not talk about all the shit that this movie's been getting. So many people have crapped on this movie even before the trailer came out. And sure, the trailer wasn't the best, but there are movies that are better than their respective trailers. And I was having this conversation before I saw the movie. If you go into the movie already hating it, all you're gonna see is what you don't like about the film, and you never really give it a chance. So with that being said, I didn't like this movie. To be fair, there were things in this movie that worked, and one of the things that works best for me was the chemistry between the four leads, my favorite being Leslie Jones. The only thing I've ever seen her in before this is SNL, I think she's very funny in that. And her character felt the most grounded and less like an all-out character, and I found myself laughing at most of the stuff that she was doing. This was the opposite for me with Kate McKinnon, another comedian that I recognized from SNL. She was too over the top and too much like a character for me. She just seemed to be always going for the joke, even when she wasn't the focus of the frame. Someone else would be talking and she'd be in the background or in the side just making some kind of a weird face. Wiig and McCarthy were fine. I liked their chemistry, but apart from that, it felt like Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy just playing themselves in a Ghostbusters film rather than portraying the characters. That's kind of a disappointment when you have two comedic talents like them and they're not the standout character in the film. Then we have Chris Hemsworth playing the Ghostbusters' clueless but good-looking receptionist. At first he was a funny character to have, but as the movie goes on, the jokes involving his character became too much and it was just like, okay, we get it, he's dumb, move on. And though it has a fairly strong cast, it's the shoddy story that really brings down this movie. There are plot points that I thought could have really given this film a little bit more life, but it insists on going for the laughs rather than developing these story points. Don't get me wrong, the jokes were funny, but they felt like either misplaced humor or just too much humor for the really serious moments in the film. And it's in moments like those that really crippled the villain. The villain was already lame to begin with, but the tone really didn't help. But you could see how the villain was supposed to be a parallel to this theme of how humanity treats a certain group of people, but they were so quick to get to the laughs that it keeps it from being, a good movie. And I know it's unfair to compare this film to the original, but when you have a property like Ghostbusters that's so widely known, you can't help but compare the two. And for me at least, the original was like catching lightning in a bottle with this awesome cast and interesting concept, and the movie just happened to be a comedy. And the story came first. That's what I think of Ghostbusters. In this remake, it always went for the joke, and the story was kind of just an afterthought. And because the main focus of this film is a comedy, the plot isn't very interesting, the pacing is really sloppy, and ultimately this movie is just a disappointment. But the chemistry between the lead characters had me laughing a couple times, so for those reasons, I will give Ghostbusters a meh. So Ghostbusters, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave a comment below, tell me your thoughts. Before I go, I want to give a quick update on my channel. I know I've been trying to do weekly videography tutorials and tips videos, but it was kind of a little ambitious for me. I work full time, I'm trying to run a small videography company, and it was really hard to get up a weekly video on top of everything else that I'm doing in my life. And I want to get back to that mindset of quality over quantity. When I was putting out weekly things, the quality really suffered because I was so in a rush to get stuff out. So I'm not going to be really doing a weekly tip and tutorial video. I'm going to put more effort into the quality of my content rather than trying to get stuff out on a weekly basis. I am in the works of working on an edited tutorial video, just how my process is on editing, a couple of tips to help you with your editing as well. And with celebration that was this past weekend and Comic-Con just around the corner, I want to jump on a more Star Wars discussion. Star Wars is like my lifeline. I live and breathe Star Wars, and I want to start talking more about that with my Red 5 standing by videos. So be on the lookout for that, so please do subscribe to the update on all those things coming out. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can click right here and see more videos. Bye, Andrew.